Megan staggered out of the store the next morning feeling disoriented. She never came back to work after that night. No one ever heard from her again, but employees claim they still hear faint whispers when they work the night shift. Then, as suddenly as it started, there was silence. Megan opened her eyes, and the store was empty. She was alone again, the shadows and figures gone, as if nothing had happened. Megan's vision blurred as she backed against the door, feeling the cold glass against her skin. She squeezed her eyes shut, desperately hoping this was just a nightmare. But the voices only grew louder, surrounding her from all sides. One by one, they approached her, each figure whispering the same eerie phrase, "Can I help you find something?" Their voices overlapped, creating an echo that filled the store, growing louder and more haunting. Just as she reached the exit, she found the doors locked. She frantically pushed on them, but they wouldn't budge. Panic set in as she realized she was trapped, with the consultants slowly appearing around her, one by one. Megan managed to turn away, her heart pounding, and hurried to the front of the store. She could barely catch her breath, the fear tightening around her chest. She didn't understand what was happening, but she knew she had to leave. But the woman slowly turned her head, her eyes vacant, and whispered in that same lifeless tone, "Can I help you find something?" Megan felt frozen, unable to move as the woman stared at her with empty eyes, as if she wasn't truly human. Around 2 a.m., Megan was in the electronics section when she noticed another figure, a woman, this time in an old Walmart uniform. The woman stood by a shelf, her back to Megan, completely still. Megan held her breath, hoping the woman wouldn't turn around. Megan was skeptical but felt a chill at Tom's words. Who were these consultants? Why did they seem so unnatural? She decided to keep her distance, yet as the night went on, she couldn't help but feel that someone or something was watching her from the shadows. Later, Megan shared her encounter with one of her co-workers, an older man named Tom. Tom's face grew tense. "I told you not to talk to them," he whispered, casting nervous glances around the empty store. "Those people you see, they're the consultants. Don't let them get too close. They're not like us." She took a step back, uneasy, and muttered a quick apology before hurrying away. Her heart raced, and she tried to shake off the feeling, but it lingered. When she looked back, the man had disappeared, leaving her wondering if he'd even been there at all. As she got closer, he slowly turned his head toward her, his eyes empty and expressionless. In a cold, flat voice, he whispered, "Can I help you find something?" Megan felt a chill run down her spine. There was something unsettling about his gaze, like he was looking right through her. At first, everything seemed fine. The store was quiet, almost peaceful. But then around midnight, Megan noticed something strange. A man was standing in the home goods aisle, staring blankly at the floor, not moving an inch. She thought he might be lost, so she walked over to him, calling out softly, "Sir, can I help you?" Megan, a young college student, was new to town and took the night shift at Walmart to make some extra cash. She'd heard the stories, but she wasn't one to believe in ghost tales. The pay was good, and the hours fit her schedule perfectly. On her first night, she asked her co-workers about the consultants. They just exchanged uneasy glances and muttered warnings, telling her to stay out of the aisles after midnight. Every small town has its hidden secrets, but there's something particularly disturbing about the Walmart on the edge of town. Locals warn newcomers to avoid it after midnight, but they rarely explain why. They say things happen there, things no one likes to talk about in the daylight.